hopefully that'll stay. I don't have a topic for today's reading, so I thought we would just sit together. Maybe we'll do some readings for our participants in today's live stream, or maybe we'll just do a reading for whatever comes through. This is Maiden Mother Crone Tarot, where we hold sacred space for women with divine divergence, also known as ADHD. So that's not to say that I think women with ADHD are better or divine and nobody else is. That's just to say we need to stop shaming ourselves for being different. We need to embrace the divinity within ourselves that definitely isn't something I see in society right now. Okay, so as I said, I did not... Actually, we're going to do breath work first. I didn't pick a reading for today, so we're just going to see what comes through. If people hop on, then we can do some personal readings. If you are returning to the channel, I want to apologize to you. I did not get a reading out in February. I'm sorry. There were 2 days less in February, right? You can give me grace, right? Well, I'm giving myself grace. So I'm going to try to do a couple of live streams this month to make up for that, to connect with you guys and kind of see how things are going for you. When I was tapping into the energy earlier, it was really interesting. I kept getting strength. I got the Lovers. I got from the Maiden's deck. And then the Mother's deck, I kept getting the Seven of Swords, the Ten of Swords, and then the Three of Swords. So a lot of heartbreak and pain. And then when I was working with the Crone's deck, all of a sudden, like when I was doing this pre-work, I could remember exactly what I was seeing, like all the cards. And it's like, okay, this is going to be important for the reading. Remember this. But now that I'm talking to you, like I don't remember what the Crone's cards were. I remember Three of Cups, the Four of Wands, maybe. I don't know. So there's something about energy that is... like I feel really excited, really giddy, really like childlike, and also very unclear, like what's going on? Like what is the vibe right now? So if anybody's feeling that, then I'm tapping into your energy and I'd love to read for you. If that's something you'd like, just let me know in the comments. Where is the chat on here actually? I did this last time and I already forgot. My laptop does not like me to go live with you guys. So if you guys will pop your name in the chat, let me know where you're from. Hi. Nice to meet you. Welcome. Welcome, welcome. I was just saying that I'm going to do some free readings for everybody towards the end. Hello. So if anybody's interested in a reading at the end, let me know. But we're going to go ahead and start with breath work to ground us into the space. Again, this is a channel for women with ADHD. Anybody is welcome here, but that's who I channel for. That's who I read for. Okay. So the way I do my lives is I like to do breath work. It's a great way for me to get rid of my nerves. A way for me to connect with the energy of the woman I'm reading for. So if you guys are, wanting to do the breath work with me, it'd be a great opportunity for you to connect with your own body, regulate your nervous system, get out of fight or flight, get into the present moment. That's what we're all about in this channel. So I'm just going to do a really simple breath work exercise. It's going to be the box breathing exercise I kind of fall back to because it requires less thinking. So you breathe in for 4. You hold for 4, you breathe out for 4, and then you hold for 4. Breathe in through your nose, and you're going to breathe out through your mouth. So it's just really simple, really easy to do. If you're having a bad day, something you can do anywhere, right? It's fine. So we'll go ahead and do 3 rounds of this in the nose, and I'll just like kind of do however many we're on. So go ahead and relax into your seat. Surrender to where you are. Soften, shed all of your stress and worries. Okay, we're going to go ahead and start our breathing. Breathe in for 4, starting now. Awesome. Thank you. If anybody did that with me, I hope it helped you. I definitely feel way better now. I feel a lot more at peace. So earlier I was talking about the energies that I felt before I went live. Lots of curiosity, lots of excitement. Also some kind of like shadowy energy, like hidden, like we don't really know what's going on here. And then also pain. Like there was a lot of pain that I felt. So if anybody's feeling that, I feel you, friends. Last week was kind of an emotional roller coaster for me. So it's just good to remember to surrender to those feelings. So I'm going to go ahead and pull a message from the Maiden. In my practice, I work with 3 spiritual archetypes, the Maiden, Mother, and Crone. Again, I channel for women with ADHD. So if you're a guy here, you're welcome to stay and hang out. But that's why this is Maiden, Mother, Crone. Because it's archetypes we embody, right? The Maiden, the playful, the joyful, the curious, the rebellious and free, the mother, that of nurturing, that of guidance, that of, you know, comfort and nourishment. And then the Crone, that of like the witch, the one that knows, the mysterious and the unseen. So those are the 3 energies I work with. I have decks dedicated to them. And I use that to help me channel the messages more clearly, to remind myself to take the message from their lens and their perspective. So, whoa, hello. Dang it, I knew this was going to be a freaking love reading. I did not want to do a love reading, guys. Okay, that's not what my channel is. Like, I'm not a love reading channel. But I kept getting, like, the 3 of Swords. I got the Lovers earlier. I got the 10 of Swords. And I was like, is this going to be a love reading? Oh. So the Maiden gave me the 2 of Cups. I think that's just the card she wants to get. I'm not going to fight it. So she gave me the 2 of Cups in reverse, okay? This is the love card in the tarot. But it's also about partnership. I like to think of it as divine union with your masculine and feminine energies within yourself. You know, but since I had this idea that this was a love reading, I'm just going to go ahead and go with that. So that's what we got from her. We're going to go ahead and get the cards from the Mother, and then I'll do the reading at the end just to make sure that everything is congruent. I told you, I said 7 of Swords. Look, I cut the deck and it's 7 swords. You can't make this stuff up. You just gotta flow. Just gotta do it. Just gotta surrender. How's everybody's morning going so far? Let me know where you're at in the world. I'm in South Carolina in the US. So where are you guys? And we got the 2 of Cups in the upright when I just cut it. Hello. Everybody got scared. They're like, no, I'm not telling you where I'm at. Bye. Peace out. Okay, cool. That's fine. You guys can just watch. That's fine. Okay, so I just saw the world when I cut the deck. That's all about cycles, you know, learning a karmic lesson and closing out repeated patterns and stepping into new experiences, new chapters in your life. I just got the 8 of Swords when I was looking at that, and it made me think of how maybe the cycle that you are closing out is some type of restriction you put on yourself. Maybe not something that's even true, maybe not something that's even existing, but this came out earlier, the 4 of Wands. Love that. But it's just something that you have chosen to believe about yourself, about your life, about your possibilities. We can all get stuck in these patterns where we're like, oh, I can never have anything good in my life. I can never have anything nice. I can never have a true partner, true love. I can never have success. I can never have peace. Yeah. Ooh, that one hit. That one hit real hard. Okay, so if you guys need peace, I'm sending you some peace right now. Mother, can you please give us guidance for this collective today? What do we need to know? Please, Mother. King of Wands. This is the card I got from the Mother. King of Wands in the upright, and Ten of Pentacles on the bottom. So I kind of take bottom of the deck as like the underlying energy, or kind of like the potential. So that's kind of what underlying energy is also. I didn't check it before, guys, but under the bottom of the Maiden is the Eight of Swords. What were we just talking about? Freaking Eight of Swords. Look, I'm just going to show you the art in this so we can talk about it a little bit. She has this wrapped around her, right? She's bound, but she's not bound tightly. She can escape this easily, but her eyes are also bound. She can't see, so she thinks she's stuck. It reminds me of V for Vendetta when she's in that, wherever that room is, I don't know. And the door was unlocked the whole time, and she never even tried to open the door. That's kind of what the Eight of Swords is for me. So yeah. What have you guys been convincing yourself? Oh, hello. King of Wands again. I'm going to keep that out even though I hadn't asked the question yet. But and the Shadow. Shadow came out earlier too when I was doing my pre-work. I knew this was going to be a reading like this. Okay. All right, Crone. That was weird. That felt like a knife, but like a samurai knife. Like, cut the shit. That's what it felt like. Cut the shit. Like, it was heavy. Like, it came through between the decks. Okay. Crone, I'm going to ask you before shuffling. Messages, please, Crone, for this collective on this message we have here today. I love energy. It's so interesting how it works. 1 minute it does one thing, and then the next minute it does something else. Thank you. Oh, y'all, you got the Queen of Cups. And you got the... Can you talk about Divine Feminine, Queen of Cups, and the Empress? Damn. I love that. All right, so when I'm talking in tarot, one thing I like to talk or kind of speak to everybody about is these cards are just energy, right? Just because it's a masculine or a feminine term doesn't mean it's a man or a woman. It's just a type of energy. Masculine is, you know, exertion, doing, action, taking risk, doing things like that. Feminine is more being, knowing, feeling, you know, surrender, flow. So however this energy is going to work in this reading for you guys, just kind of take it as it resonates, whatever you need to do. So definitely a reading for heartbreak here. Loss of love. I don't feel like this is anybody that's had like a recent breakup. It doesn't feel like that to me. It just feels like somebody who is stuck in this loop of thinking, oh, I'm never going to have love. Oh, I'm never going to experience peace. Oh, I'm never going to have the life that I want. And honestly, like here, I keep getting drawn to this card, even though it's at the bottom of the deck, because her eyes are closed. Her eyes are covered. And it's like, this is going to come across harsh, and I don't mean it to. But she's choosing not to see because she does have the freedom to release herself. She does have the freedom to just, I mean, step out of the swords. They're not going to, like, there's a clear path there to step through. So it feels like somebody's been ruminating. Yeah. When the Ten of Pentacles here too. So this is legacy. This is like making your mark on the world. What do you leave for future generations, family, things like that. And then we have the Five of Pentacles under that. So this is loss. This is feeling alone and isolated, feeling like there is no way to get. And it's interesting because on this Five of Pentacles, it's literally a family or a group of people underneath, like taking refuge under this tree. So the fact that we're talking about this lack of belief in family, this lack of belief in future, it makes a lot of sense. I've never seen, because normally in the Five of Pentacles, the artwork is always very desolate. Like, that's one of the reasons I love this deck, is because of all the colors. Like, they're just beautiful. But it normally depicts somebody outside of a church. There's like broken glass on the ground. There's somebody that's like sick and can't walk. It's really dark. And this one, like, even though there is darkness, there's light. So again, back to this Eight of Swords, like, choose to focus on the possibility. Choose to focus on, yeah, possibility. Okay, so I'm gonna get a little bit personal with you guys. In my life, I had anxiety for a long time. I had chronic panic attacks like 3 days a week. It was insane. And it was just this underlying fear of the unknown. Like, I always imagined the worst case scenario. And that's what I feel like is happening here. Like, you're imagining the worst case scenario. You're imagining the worst thing that could possibly happen. But you're the King of Wands, okay? Whether you're a woman or a man, you have this fire. You have this strength. The King of Wands is the one that sees and has the vision. And, you know, he doesn't have to take the action. He's not a knight. He has people that work for him. He can have them do it. But he's the one that's holding the vision. He's the one that is, look, he's forging it here. Like, this is what we're going to do. You're going to surrender. You're going to, there is no, this is just a contrast between these cards. This is power, okay? This is not. We don't need to surrender to this, I'm trapped, I'm stuck, I can't do anything. We need to be in this. I mean, if you don't even know what you want, then take some time and figure it out. Like, I love to journal, write things out, scripting. Script what you want your life to look like. Some people, I'm also a verbal processor, so maybe talk to some of your friends. Be like, look, this is where I want my life to go, and I don't know how to get there. So how do I reverse engineer this so that I can show up where I want to be? So I can have this King of Pentacles energy. Oh, not Pentacles. Whoa. Interesting. King of Wands energy to create this life that I want with the family that I want. Courage, right? It's going to take courage. It's going to take vulnerability. And that's one thing I want us to do in this channel, is to be vulnerable with each other. I say this over and over and over again. Like, if you won't talk about what you've been through, if you won't share the struggles that you've been through, how can anyone else feel safe enough to do that? If you're going to surrender to this isolation, to this self-trapment of, oh, my life cannot be great. Oh, I can't trust anyone. And I'm not shaming you for that, because you have every reason to feel that way. The limiting beliefs that we have are not something that just pop out of nowhere. They're reinforced because of things we've experienced in our lives. But as the King of Wands, you don't have to live that life. You have the power to make whatever you want happen, happen. You can... I'm wondering if I should get the guidebook for that, to read that story. But, like, the King of Wands was here twice. Power, 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 power. Okay? Get into your power. Stop giving it away. I know there's not going to be a message people are going to want to hear, but it's the one that I'm seeing. Like, if you want to experience, and maybe you don't want a relationship, and that is fine. You know what? You don't have to have a relationship. It's not necessary. I am doing well. Thank you. But from the looks of it, it's something you want, and it's something you don't think you can have. So what you need to do is focus on that belief. You know, stop focusing. In a minute, yeah. I'll do it at the end of this reading. Stop focusing on what you don't have and focusing on the things that's in your power, okay? Which would be your mindset, which would be your actions. What are you doing? The King of Wands is a action, right? Masculine energy. And maybe this is just about balancing your masculine and feminine within yourself. King of Wands, Queen of Cups. This is all about emotional stability, the embodiment of emotional intelligence, understanding that you can have this fire and this water at the same time. I like to think of myself as a paradox. I experience life really differently than a lot of people do. I have this logical side of my brain. I love problem solving. I love puzzles. But then there's also the intuitive, emotional, overwhelming side. And so every person can have a paradox, can live in this existence. Unfortunately, we live in a society now that it's like, oh, it's yes or no, it's right or wrong, it's this or that. But there is gray, there is ambiguity, there is so much that can exist at the same time. Like for everybody here, that the message is resonating about how you don't think you can have love, you don't think you can have partnership, you don't think you can have success. I would encourage you to like really sit with that. Hi, Donna. Really sit with that pain. Really sit with that. Yeah, okay. So I just got called to the okay, Empress. So while maybe you are balancing your inner masculine and feminine, you know what? That's okay. I just said that a few minutes ago. This could be, I just said it could be your own masculine and feminine, right? Take it how it resonates. If it does not resonate as a love reading, that's fine, but I'm going to give it the way it comes across for me. But with this Empress, she flows, right? She knows if it does, like I said, gender's fluid, whatever, take it as it resonates. There is a worth here. Again, goes back to, are you expecting it to fail? I had a friend of mine at my old job, and I kept having problems with the printer. Like it would mess up every single time. I'm like, this is ridiculous. Like I should be able to do my job, not sit here and deal with printer for an hour. And my friend she's a very conscious person, very spiritual person. She's like, well, are you expecting it to mess up? And I'm like, well, yeah, it's messed up so much. And she said, okay, well, stop expecting it to mess up and maybe it won't. And I did. I stopped expecting it to mess up and it started printing. And sometimes I had to give it a little pep talk and be like, hey, it's okay. I know you're working hard today, but I really need your help. And it would work fine. Is that crazy? Maybe. I don't care. It worked for me. But when it comes, like, I got all like, oh, because the Empress was here. And then underneath that is the Ace of Cups. This is a new beginning with love. And again, if this is for yourself, how are you pouring love into yourself? How are you surrendering to your emotions, surrendering to the feelings of your body? I know a lot of women are out of touch with our bodies. We don't understand what we're feeling. We don't pay attention to it, especially with ADHD. There's a term for it. I can't remember what it's called. Interoception, maybe, or something like that. It has to do with a delay in like processing how your body feels. That's why we forget to eat. That's why we forget to drink. All of the things. Yeah, I get that. But I mean, getting ghosted, could that be a blessing in disguise? Because do you want to deal with somebody that can't handle you? No. Do you want to have to pretend to be somebody you're not in a relationship? No. Oh man. Oh, let me see if I have another deck I can use because I don't want to interrupt this energy right now. So one thing I will say about tarot in general, I can come to play. I can come have fun with you guys. I can come do yes, no answers. I can come do all that, right? That's fine. But when it comes to like your life, this is just an energy reading. It's just the present. It's just right now. So that can change tomorrow. That can change in 30 seconds. That can change indefinitely. Like I love to think about time and how, well, first of all, it's made up. It's not real. Okay, cool. But all of the infinite possibilities, right? So if coming to terms with like, oh, things are scary. Well, yeah, they're scary because if there wasn't an uncertainty, then you couldn't create amazing things, right? So all that to say, Rezia, that whatever this ends up being, like, you know, your heart, you have a feeling, and if you want her to love you and have you express that love to her, like, don't be shy. Life's too short for that crap. We make our own realities. Okay, so does Merched love Rezia? Yes or no, please? I got King of Wands. Talk about tied into the reading. And the Page of Pentacles. Okay. So there's a Three of Swords on the bottom of the deck, which can be heartbreak, Rezia. So I don't know what the situation here is, but maybe this person is recovering from heartbreak. Maybe this person is like suffering and has, like, just look at this card. Look at like the way this heart is stitched up and she's screaming. So there's some underlying pain there. But with the King of Wands, this is a yes. Like, this is a hardcore yes. Like, fire's burning hot, yes. But you got the Page of Pentacles. So I feel like this is going to take time. Like, Pentacles is grounded energy. It's earth energy. It's going to be slow. It's not going to be a whirlwind romance. But if you're willing to put in the work, those are the best ones, right? Relationships take time. I mean, who feels safe enough to be who they really are the first time they meet somebody? Not most people. I'm trying to get into that right now. You're welcome. Hope it was helpful. But yeah, you guys, I mean, like I was saying earlier, like this Empress, get in touch with your body. Surrender. Like, if you need to rest, rest. If you need to process emotions, process your emotions. Like, I had to take a break just last week for some family emergencies and just processing things. Like, man. So do this. Sit in your power. Sit in your worth. Sit in your emotions, even if they're uncomfortable. Like, they're not going to last forever if you can stop the thought patterns that create them. They're not going to last forever if you can actually examine them and be like, okay, why am I feeling this way? What's happening? Like, the problem is we never examine it. We're just like, I don't want to deal with it. I don't want to have to deal with it. But with the Ace of Cups underneath that, again, aces are gifts, right? They're new opportunities, they're new beginnings, and Cups is emotion. So again, this is all love, whether it's love with yourself or, oh, and the Knight of Wands. The swift energy of somebody that's like coming for you, baby. So the potential is there, right? I said we're the creators of our own realities. The potential for this embodied presence, this embodied divine union of masculine and feminine. Like, I don't have the Emperor on the table, but we had the King of Wands twice. We have the Queen of Cups. So the potential is there. You just have to sit with the discomfort that you're feeling. You have to sit with, and maybe the discomfort is the joy. Maybe you're like, oh my God, I feel so good in the presence of this person that I just can't trust this. Stop limiting yourself. Again, yeah, with the King of Swords under that. Like, if you don't know, if you haven't communicated, if you haven't trusted, how do you know that's the case? And there was a Seven of Swords under that. So, I mean, again, this is like deceit, trickery, all that crap. So, like I said, beliefs come from somewhere. You have a reason to have trust issues. You have a reason to think that nobody's ever going to love you. You have a reason to think that you can't love yourself because you've always sacrificed your needs. Whatever it is, you just have to have the courage. You have to have the faith. And you have to have the willpower. Right? King of Wands. This is the spirit, the drive, the willpower to change your story, change your fate. Okay? I'm going to pull a card from my Vegas Earth deck. It helps reset. Let's see, connection. Yeah, we're doing connection for sure today. I think I did that last time too, but if If anybody wants a question or a reading, just pop your name in the comments. Let me know, and I'll do one for you. But this will help us like reset our nervous system, especially with this energy. This is really just not fun. Are you kidding me? I got this last time. Okay, so I'm going to pick a different card, but somebody needs to color. It says, coloring takes your attention away from yourself, encouraging your brain to relax. Choosing materials that resonate with your personal interests and emotions fosters a sense of comfort. Okay, so when I was talking about sitting with your emotions, whether they're good or bad, maybe you need to color these emotions to help you process them. The resulting state of calmness can enhance your sense of peace and readiness for social interaction. What have we been talking about? All right, we're going to do one more. Moving Sphinx pose. This pose promotes connection by mimicking early infant movements, which engage all cranial nerves and contribute to a nervous system balance. This exercise also enhances neck flexibility and reduces stiffness. Bringing these movements into your routine supports a sense of connection with your body's natural development. So it says, lie face down on a mat or a large towel, resting your weight on your stomach. Place your arms under your chest, propping your upper body up on your elbows. So this is the pose they're talking about. Let's see if I can read it this way. Carefully rotate your head to the right, turning it to its comfortable limit. I couldn't do it, guys. Hold this position for a count of 60 seconds. Bring your head back to center. Repeat the process to the left side. So pretty much you're just like completely rotating while you're sitting on your stomach. It does feel really nice. I wonder how this mimics infants. That kind of makes me curious. I guess they are like looking around all day and you're normally holding them. So I guess that makes sense. Okay. Cool. Well, I don't have any comments in the chat. So I guess nobody wants a reading. Let me know if you want a card pulled. I will. Tell me your name. What I need to ask. Got a lot of shy Susans today. That's okay. Maybe you're not Susans. Whatever. If anybody wants a card pulled for them, let me know. I'll pull a card. Otherwise, I'm getting ready to sign off and try to get my house clean because kids. All right, Amy, what's your question, babe? Will Matt contact you? Let's see. I'm sorry. I don't know Matt, but I got a really just not yucky kind of feeling whenever I said that name. All right. Will Matt contact Amy? Judgment. So originally what I was thinking was yes, but I feel like this is a little bit more nuanced, not just yes or no. I feel like this is more like, does Matt want to contact Amy? Yes, he does. He really does, because it's the soul call. Like, it's like the siren song. It's like, rise up, do this. Will Matt contact Amy? I'm not sure, because I feel like it depends on if he's willing to do whatever is required. I don't know if he needs to swallow his ego, swallow his pride. I'm not really sure what it is. I think it has something to do with his ego. So I'm not sure. He wants to. I don't know if he will. Let me pull another one to see if I can get more clarity. Oh, yeah. It's funny you say that because I was like, do you even have to like wait for him to contact you? Like, what's the big deal? But I know personally, I'm getting in my black cat era. Screw that shit. What wants me, or what I want wants me, right? So if you have not checked out Margarita, I can't remember her name. She's brilliant. I love her. You need to check her out. Her stuff's good. Talks about attachment theory. Talks about loving yourself. I don't understand. He's what? I will ask for you. But does Matt want Amy to contact him? Do you want to make it easy for him? Do you? Maybe you're in your masculine and you like taking control. Been there and said that shit. Don't look for that in my life anymore. Whoa! Ace of Pentacles, Six of Pentacles. Yes. Yes, he does. He wants you to give him a gift. I don't know if that's like a peace offering or something, but yes. Six of Pentacles so that he can say something back. Reciprocity. But again, pride cometh before the fall. Watch out for that damn ego. Maybe you have one too, though. I don't know. We all have an ego. It's how we exist here. Whatever. All right. Anybody else have a question? There's a bit of delay, so I can't always tell. New joiners, if you would like a question answered, let me know in the chat. Oh. You sent him a birthday gift last year. Oh. How did that go? It's his birthday again. I got it. Yeah. You should send them a fruit basket. Be like, you're missing out on all this juicy fruit over here. I'm cracking myself up. It's ridiculous. Whatever. All right. Anybody else have a question they want me to ask? Guidance for? And you're welcome, Amy. I know I'm kind of brutal, but I'm just going to read it the way it comes through. Yeah, there's something about time right now, for sure. Like, timing off for so many people and so many things. Like, can we just, like, pull the right timeline out of the quantum field and just, like, tap into that timeline? That's how I'm feeling right now. Call it in, girl. Call it in. The Hierophant. Call that in, girl. You can do it. All right. Has anybody got any other questions from my newcomers? I'm getting ready to wrap up. Any questions you'd like me to answer, just let me know in the chat and I'll pull a card for you. Technology shouldn't be this hard. I'm like, what am I doing? Sorry, guys. I was trying to figure out how to put a pinned comment in here. I was using my laptop to go live. That was way easier. But then my mic wasn't working when I did that. So I had to stop. And now this is like bullshit. It's hard to do. Anybody have a question they would like answered? Oh gosh, okay, I'm gonna be 100% transparent with you. When it comes to astrology and cards, I am very, very novice with that crap. But for me, like, that's traditions. It can be contracts, so like marriage contract. That's what I was like, oh, yeah, whatever. I need to get a deck that has that in there so I can learn more about the astrology, because it is such a big part of it, but I read very intuitively anyway, so. All right. Well, it was nice reading for you, Amy. I don't see anybody else asking any questions, so I think we are going to peace out. It was an honor to read for everybody today. If you notice, this is a little bit, well, I would Google it on my phone for you, but I'm using it to record, so check that out. And then it'll be some extra confirmation for you. But yeah, this reading is very different because I'm tired of coming a certain way, and I just want to start being myself more. So if I want to do something different, I'm going to do something different. Okay. Bye. Ah, this phone.